hat making. We are going to make the truly Victorian TV 550. I'm going to make the extra tall. It's got a narrower top, so this piece here is the top, and I have already sewn on the millinery wire, the white covered wire. I've stitched it on around here, down the brim here, around that one, and then around here, as the directions say. And we're gonna get ready to start building the crown. I'll be covering this in my newspaper print, and I think I'll do a black underbrim so that the other part sticks out just a little bit more and it'll match my dress. I'll update you soon. So the next step is to whip stitch this back closed, and that's just simply getting it closed so that when you take the clips off it doesn't fall apart, and then you're going to work with the wires to get them out of the way. It says to whip stitch top and bottom so it lays smoothly, and then the wires on the inside. So I'll be moving the wires to the inside as soon as I stitch this down a little bit, because I just don't have enough hands. So here's the top and the crown of the hat. I've hand stitched those together. This is a little felted interfacing. Give it some smoothness. And so the next thing that I'm going to do is I will stitch the top down to hold that in place, and then the crown I'm going to kind of pleat, fold different parts of the fabrics that I have here to give this some kind of shape other than flat. So I'm going to pin this and then start stitching it down. So my friends came over for our sewing circle today, and as I was showing them my hat, my friend says, "Oh, why don't you add some kind of trim to these edges to help define it?" So right now I am tacking down some soutache on the edges to help define the front of the hat, these lines from the folded fabric. And then I added a little bit of trim here to the edge of the underside of the brim, and I'll be putting that together, and I'll try to keep updated as to my steps, but we're just about done here. So once I get this on, then what I'll do is I'll cut the center out here and trim it back so that my edges go up inside the hat. And then it also has you put some double fold bias tape along inside here to stitch that to the inside of the hat. And that is the end, or the end of the directions for this particular hat. So I will keep you updated. Alright, so here is the hat. Right now, this is as far as I can go with it, because I don't have any feathers or something, I'm not quite sure what I'm looking for, to put down inside the little slots here to give it some more height. But you can see I tacked down the seam binding on the inside. I covered up the stitching along the edge here that was zigzagged for the wire. I covered the white up here that was zigzagged that covered the wire. I had a little trim here and all around the edges there. This will get shaped when I get the extra feathers. Now, one thing that a lot of people don't know, and I had to research this myself, is that elastic headband. Real thin, tiny headband that's probably not much thicker than that. That was period in the 19th century. So what I'll do is I will probably attach one to the inside along with a comb so that when I put it on my head, when I get it tilted to the angle that I want, it'll hold in place and not slip off. Just in case I go somewhere where they don't allow hat pins because they're long and pointy, it will give me extra security. So that's as far as we're going to get on the hat right now. So happy sewing!